But because I didn't have a hatred for what's bad, I couldn't see anything wrong with my choices. This eventually led me to do things I later regretted. I ended up getting disfellowshipped.
Sonia Erickson has been disfellowshipped.
It crushed my whole family.
Okay, to continue the meeting, we may remember last month's service.
Later, my father explained to me that I couldn't remain in the home because I refused to change my lifestyle. He told me I was having a negative effect on my younger brother and sister. And I'm out of this house. I was determined to do what I wanted. When I left home that day, all I could think about was Eric. I didn't even care that my parents' hearts were breaking.
Who in the hell cares if your parents' hearts are breaking when it comes to matters of the heart? Who cares? They try to manipulate your mind to make it seem that this young woman, this girl, is evil because she does not care that her doing something as natural as being attracted to the opposite sex is wrong, and to add evil on top of evil. I didn't care that I was breaking my parents' hearts. Wow. Wow. Which one of us cared when it came to meeting someone and falling for this person, puppy love, spending all night on the phone in secret, and when it was beepers, you would, you talk about a gift. When you see that person's number come up on a beeper, when you see that person's number come up on your cell phone, or you get that text message, or you get that email, depending on which generation you are from, it was like being in paradise. The paradise that they paint the picture of. Yeah, you were there, right? You were there when it was fresh, when it was new. But they make it seem as if I didn't care about my parents, hurt. That, basically I'm the worst person alive. None of us cared. And, I think about my girls, my 3 daughters, and I say to myself, self, if one does something that I don't approve of, and, she does like these young people do, she goes to a room, maybe slam the door, and then, I know I did when I was young. We go and tease our brothers and sisters, We, you on punishment, you can't go outside or whatever, or what happened, or they'll confide in you, they'll talk to you. I hate mommy, or I hate daddy because they did this, or you know how we did, right? And if I was to come in and say, listen, your sister has gotten on my bad side, so I don't want you associating with her. Don't go to her room. Don't console her. Don't hold her hand. Don't talk to her. Don't even tease her. What kind of parent would I be? What kind of parent would I be if everyone in a household, even her mother, says, you got on dad's wrong side? That is it. That is it. Everyone has to shun you within his household. How is that making her better? How is that making her better? How would I be as a loving, caring father just because I don't agree with something that was done? I say to everyone in the household, I don't want you guys even associating with her. Don't go to her room. Don't prepare food for her. Don't do anything. Don't go to the store for her. Don't share your ice cream, your cookies, whatever. You take everything away from her. She has to learn her lesson. What kind of father would that be? What kind of God would institute something like that? Now, I'm not talking about, doing something that is, criminal. Your sister likes to rob banks. I don't think an association with her is the right thing to do right now. Kind of keep your distance. She's probably going to be doing 25 to life at some point. I don't want you as an accessory to the crime. We're not talking about things like that. That's not the norm within households. Although I do know a couple of people who went down that road, but that's neither here or there, right? That's not the normal household. We're not talking about extreme cases. We're talking about cases like the video that you just saw. That's absurd. They're trying to take away natural inclinations, and you wonder why, when they finally do wake up and leave, some go way left. They go out of bounds because they don't want to be restricted by anyone or anything, even in the real life, even in the world. So they go across the line, and sometimes to their detriment, because it's your fault. It's your fault. I'll leave that there. I'll leave it short and simple, to the point, but please do one thing. Just think, right? Especially with something like this. You're destroying lives, you're hurting families, you're hurting yourself. At some point, you are going to pass away under these conditions and under this separation from you and your children, from you and your family members, from you and your parents. For what? This is not from God. This is from them. This is from them. Those 8 men. Them. They can pick out anything in the scripture and make it apply to your life. Do you know that? When you have a book that big, do you know how you can take anything and apply it to anything in your everyday life? Well, it says here, know when you're being bamboozled. You are. Wake up, serve your God. You don't have to be a part of a religion, right? Get people in the comments, they want to, educate me. I'm talking about the meat of the situation. If you come to me and say, hey, by the way, I don't know if you know, but this or that or whatever, I welcome knowledge. I welcome it. But when you come and say, well, that's not the case or whatever, please go. Right? Go. I'm not here for that. I'm here for a bottom line, not semantics, not technicalities, right? Everything I do is from the heart. You can save your education for something else. But if you want to educate me, there's a way to do it. There's a lot of people that come on my timeline and in my comments and say, no, well, correction. Stop it, right? So with that being said, again, just think. Save your family, save your life. Love.